Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me this evening are my wonderful friends, Josh LeGrew and Michael Grumpy Pants.
Grumpy Pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
It's probably Grumpy Sweatpants, too, I'm betting.
Shut up.
Mine is, I only have,
Uh-oh.
pajama pants on, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the worst part is I've been morally opposed to sweatpants for so long. And then, because it started getting colder and my pajama pants weren't cutting it, I bought a pair of sweatpants and put them on. And after a day and a half, I was like, man, was I wrong?
You got to move farther south then.
Yeah.
Just remember, the sweatpants are acceptable until the elastic's gone.
Well, I refuse to wear them out of the house. I won't even wear pajamas out of the house.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a line in the sand, at least.
Yeah. For now. Eventually I'll get ultra lazy and be like, fuck it, it's just Walmart.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I do.
I'll blend in at Walmart.
As long as you don't turn into Dean Cain, you're fine.
I'm telling you something. I am I'm like a poster child at Walmart. Homeless guys ask me where I live and everything. I'm good.
God. Yeah, no, if you want to catch that Dean Cain reference, Michael, you need to start listening to Fish Shark Marketing. You'll love it.
Fish Shark Marketing.
I've told you about this. You need to listen to it. You will adore. It's improv comedy podcast with Jim Sterling and Conrad Zimmerman. And it's all about them being like horribly inept marketing executives. It's fucking gold. So I'm coming up on the end of what they've recorded. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they put an end to it. But there's a ton of it. It's really good. There's like a good 200 episodes, and it's all hilarious.
Okay.
So if you want something to keep you laughing at work, that's a good winner.
Yeah, I can't listen to music at work.
Aww.
That's part of what's killing me, honestly.
I can imagine, dude. Trust me.
Yeah,
I absolutely believe that.
I got really spoiled at ACC or where I was at, and now there's no music playing at all in the place.
Wow.
And
why?
It's just, it is what it is. And it's one of those situations where because there are, I think, 10 lasers, right, just in my area alone.
Okay.
As opposed to where I was at before that had my laser and the turret press, and that was pretty much it.
Right.
The machines are so fucking loud that you got to yell just to talk to the person next to you, which gets exhausting after a few minutes.
Oh, I bet.
And the worst part of this job is the job itself. But apparently I was reading through the handbook and you're allowed to bring in a little radio or something.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm going to try and see if I can get away with my, I have an old iPod Touch,
Sure.
8 gig one. I am going to see if I could put Me First and the Gimme Gimmes on there and just let that play all day.
Yeah.
Because it's fun and goofy and it's just something that makes me not want to spoon my eyes out,
Right. I get that.
What the fuck did my shake go? Give me a second.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so before we get into all the fun stuff, you can and should find us at our home on Podbean. That's World 1-1 Podcast.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. And then there's, the YouTubes and, Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, because they had to split those services apart, which was a terrible idea, but whatever. And Spotify and a few other places. So we're pretty much anywhere you want to find a podcast, we're around. So that's a delightful thing for you. Speaking of YouTube, it is currently uploading as we speak on my computer up to the YouTube channel, but the rest of the Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp playthrough is heading up. And just so that, people don't get overloaded, I've got them spaced so they're going to be dropping one a day for a week.
Cool.
So, but yeah, so there's some content coming your way. And we have a Twitch channel. World 1-1 Podcast, all spelled out, all one word, twitch.tv. Actually, after this, Noah and I are going to be sitting down and streaming and cracking into Mother Russia Bleeds. So, kind of looking forward to that. But past that, let's jump to, oh my God, video games. Michael, the fuck have you been playing? Aside from window shopping statues.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. No, I've been fiddling around a little bit more with Phoenix Rising. I found out apparently if you're an Amazon Prime member, there's a free costume set for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, go to gaming.amazon.com and you'll have to connect it with your Ubisoft account, basically, which is
vomit.
It's kind of a pain in the ass, but as I said, it's free costume, so fuck it.
I tried setting up a Ubisoft account a couple years ago when I got my copy of Starlink, and it was just a shit show, and I couldn't make it work. It was
I actually set it up for this game, and I've gotten some cool shit out of it.
Nice.
Like I don't know, like at one point you get a phoenix in the game that follows you around. And it's one of my favorite little tidbits to the game. Like whenever you're gliding through the air, the bird will just kind of follow you and like glide along with you. But you get a bunch of different skins for him, and each one has a different thing. There are a few that are cosmetic only, and one of the ones that you can buy off the Ubisoft network, he looks like this little like lizard demon thing. There's another one that he looks like the mechanical owl.
Lizard demon phoenix.
It's
not working.
And yeah, Google it. But there's another one that it looks like the mechanical owl from the old Clash of the Titans movies.
Really?
Yeah, like a steampunk little phoenix owl thing, and his voice actually changes to like a mechanical whine and stuff like that, which I thought was cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
Apparently, they put a whole lot of love in this.
Yeah, as I said, I'm very impressed with the game. Like, and I'm like impressed with it in spite of it being Ubisoft.
Right. I would say it. I think it says a lot that it's still an ongoing argument online as to whether or not it's a better Breath of the Wild than Breath of the Wild.
It is not. Like, I mean, Breath of the Wild was fundamentally perfect in my eyes. Like, this thing tweaked a few things. Like, one of the things I enjoy is you can swim in Phoenix Rising. And I'm talking like full 3D, go underwater swim. There are treasure chests that you have to swim for.
Okay.
No underwater combat, which I was kind of happy about that one.
Oh God, amen.
But like, as I said, like Breath of the Wild didn't really need it.
Yeah.
And they streamlined some stuff to the point of making it almost unnecessary. Like, Breath of the Wild, one of my favorite things was the whole cooking aspect and the different combinations you could make of all the different things you could collect.
Right.
Phoenix Rising has 4 ingredients you could pick up. And each one is for like one of the 4 different potions you can make. You can't actually craft food or anything like that. But as I said, there's a stamina potion, there's a health potion, there's a defense and an offense potion.
Okay.
So
there's not as many stats flying around as they had in Breath of the Wild either.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And like each weapon you get, all the weapons that you get, like every sword you get, every time you find a new sword, it has the same stats as the last sword you get, but it has like a little perk that is attached to it.
Okay.
And the perks are different depending on which version of the sword, but then they also have the option that, like, say you like the perk off this one, but the look of this one, you can make that work.
Ooh.
Which I was a big fan of that. Same thing, like you can pick any perk you want for the armor and the helmet and the axe that you get, but you can make it look like anything you have in your inventory.
Okay, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, because that was one of my biggest gripes about the second Darksiders game. Is I love the design of this scythe, but this one is way better for my play style.
Right. I'll give him points for that then. Shit.
Yeah, as I said, like I think once you actually really get into it, I think you're gonna enjoy it.
I probably will.
It's
I
not
have no
as
doubt.
deep as Breath of the Wild by any means.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a really well made game. There's a lot of love, and it's, as I said, my biggest thing is the story is fun. It's not. There are very few points that were tedious or anything like that. As I said, the fact that it's told from the perspective of Prometheus telling Zeus a story, and Zeus peppering everything with inappropriate jokes. Like, it's really well done.
It's awesome.
Yeah, as I said, you guys will like it when you finally check it out.
I'm looking forward to it. I got to get myself in the space and carve out the time to be able to sit and
that's the same thing with
play
me.
something meaty like that.
Yeah.
So, which to that end, Josh, the fuck have you been playing?
I have been playing something meaty. I've actually been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, that's right.
And for me, that's a lot because with my job and other things I have going on.
I know you said work's been apeshit lately.
Work has been, but now I've taken 10 days off, so I'm just.
Attaboy.
I'm trying to get caught up with stuff, and you know how it goes. I got the wife's got a list. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to do, but as soon as I get that done, which I wanted to get it done today, but like I woke up at 8 and I grabbed a beer, and then it just kind of went downhill from there.
All gone, yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. I need a day like that. So Sunday was my day just to kind of like, But yeah, I'm getting into that. I actually like it. I'm about 4 hours in right now.
Okay.
I really like it. I like it a lot. It's like a modern day. I want to say this. It's a modern day Breath of the Wild. It takes the best of the Breath of the Wild so far and kind of like plays on it.
Mm-hmm.
Expands on it a little bit. It doesn't make it cheap or anything, but it's just this open world. It's the least Assassin's Creed game I've ever played. That's Assassin's Creed, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, it has just
a question.
Sure. What's the question?
Given that fact, did it really need to be an Assassin's Creed game, or
no?
What
not at all.
I was say,
not at all.
Was there anything stopping them from just making this a new IP?
No, it's not. But I think that Assassin's Creed has been evolving into this for a long time, and so
I've heard a lot of really good things about Valhalla.
It's good.
But I've also heard repeatedly that the Phoenix Rising and Valhalla share quite a bit.
Now, I haven't played Phoenix Rising, so I don't know. I would say probably
that they share quite a bit to where there are certain parts that almost overlap.
And that makes sense because they're both Ubisoft games,
right?
And Ubisoft does that. They do that. I've been having this itch, honestly, and it's funny because I've been playing Valhalla and I really like it, but I've been having this itch to get an Far Cry 5 for some reason, and that I'm off for 10 days. I might just like put Valhalla to the side and install Far Cry 5 because I have it, and I've had it for a long time.
I just picked up the Spider-Man Miles Morales for the exact same reason.
Yeah. I've been having this itch just to do it, and I'm thinking I might just jump into that. And I don't know if it's like the times we live in, but I just think that maybe it's just kind of that fun game that I need.
Yeah.
And
so I might just, because I'm really itching to do it, I just might do it, and put Assassin's Creed Valhalla to the side for a week or so. But I haven't yet. I haven't done it yet.
Well, see if you can power through. It always feels good to actually finish.
It does.
Finish
No, it does.
Damn game.
It does. I mean, I have a lot of games, and I'm waiting on a lot of games too. Like, I put Cyberpunk down because I realized that I want to wait until it's patched.
Right.
And I really want to wait till it's patched, and I really now want to wait until the next gen update. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to wait till October or later.
That's so dumb.
And it's okay because I'm like, I have all these other games to play. Well, now in March, Control is getting a a Series X patch,
Yeah.
and I want to play that again because I did buy it again after all my bitching and everything. I did buy it again.
Welcome to the club, Mr. Consumer Whore.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. I just did it because I wanted it digitally. I already have it physically, but I wanted it digitally. And being digital, it'll update automatically to the new next gen version. So I thought that was a decent $20 spent, you know?
I did the same thing with Tekken 7 just so I wouldn't have to get up and change the disc.
Right. And you feel like a lazy piece of shit for doing it, but
Yeah,
you do it
but
anyway.
it's like, it's $20. Fuck it, I don't care.
Exactly. $20 was worth that to me. What was really worth it on $20 was that I got all the DLC and everything included, even though I already bought the DLC once. I'm like, you know what? I do love Remedy, even though it's 505 games. I'm supporting Remedy in the long about way, and I really do love them. I love Control. It's the best game I played in the last 5 years, like narrative wise.
I said I bought it on your recommendation, but still haven't been able to sit down with it.
Yeah, and you've said that, and I hope it lives up for you because it took me a while for it to click, but when it did, I'm like, this is really good. I really liked it. And part of the problem, I think, was some of the bugs that there was in there. Some of the slowdown, even though it wasn't bad because I was on the 1X, it wasn't that bad. But now I'm realizing, that was why it didn't click as fast because I'm fighting the game to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, So that's another reason I put Cyberpunk down and just said, done. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to fight a game anymore to enjoy it. I have too many other games that I can just play.
Work.
Is Cyberpunk 3 like third person or first person?
It's first person RPG.
Okay.
Which is why all that enormous amount of character creation means absolutely diddly dick.
Yeah, like my guy.
You will never see your character, dude.
Wow.
Like my guy, like there's a glitch, like when you look in any mirror, they're like totally naked.
Yeah.
And you like create like everything. You go right down to genitalia. And
the
on
makeup
my guy,
and the hair.
Piercings?
Yeah, you can do like all sorts of weird shit.
Cool.
And I just like
genital piercing.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at it far because when I went to it, it said like male, female, and then there was like a bunch of like for males there's like 3 choices, females there's like 3 choices, and then none. I just put none. I said, you know what? When I look in the mirror, I don't want to see anything because I've been seeing all these guys, all these people online. They're posting their pictures. A guy like a dong is glitching out of his pants and everything, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just put 0. So I have no idea if at all that affects gameplay, but I'm like,
It doesn't.
No,
from what
I'm
a Ken doll.
If you can't get cyberware genitalia.
I mean, in fact,
like,
in the
like
base game, I don't.
On the end.
Yeah, and in the base game, I don't think you can do it. It matters nothing.
Right.
But there is going to be free DLC, and I don't know if any DLC is going to delve into. I doubt it.
Probably not.
But I just said nothing because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit.
It's kind of like
so sad.
On the South Park RPGs. For the first one, I spent like whenever I play an RPG, it takes me forever to name my characters.
Sure.
So I spent a good 15 minutes trying to figure out what to name the character, and it doesn't matter because they call you douchebag through the entire game. Like I
do that on purpose because they know you're gonna sit there, and I love that kind of stuff. I wish Cyberpunk did that on purpose, but it doesn't.
For the record, the 2 South Park games were fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, I played the hell out of the first one. I still haven't done
the
Fractured Butthole. Yeah.
Butthole.
I actually think I like the first one slightly better.
I do too.
Story-wise,
I've heard
gameplay-wise, Fractured Butthole was better.
Okay.
What I like about the first one is that it was like there was their first foray into this, and it was done really well.
Yeah.
The second one, they knew like, where we kind of like messed up, and they were like fixing it. I love the first one though. The first one is great.
Yeah, I mean, as a freshman effort, that's very impressive.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, plus the 8-bit Canada part was phenomenal. I did not expect that at all.
I think my favorite part in the whole thing is when you're doing the you're trying to like figure out, okay, how many like clicks are this,
Mm-hmm.
and you're with what is it, Stan's dad or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's like 25, like, oh yeah, okay, you got remote, you got a remote dildo, and it's like pretty awesome. And then all of a sudden it just goes one green. You're like, okay, yeah.
Speaking of 8-bit Canada, has anybody been playing any Scott Pilgrim since the re-release?
No.
I just, as I said, I bought the
I'm not
Yeah.
buying it.
VR.
I'm not buying it digitally. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, no. I'm assuming you saw that the physical was breaking sales records.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's surprising. I did notice that I was kind of shocked to see that it wasn't a limited production. They just said
I'm
open
not.
production.
There would have
They'd
been
have
so much
sold out of that in a heartbeat.
insane blowback on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as much blowback as there was over Blasphemous. Can you imagine how much hate there would have been?
The game, basically, why their company exists.
Right. Our reason to live. So, but yeah, there was what was it, like 25,000 copies sold through LRG in the first 3 hours.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
That, like,
It was
by
a fantastic
magnitude of
game.
like 3, it's the best-selling release they've ever done. And it's got
By far.
and the orders are open till the end of fucking February for all versions.
Yeah,
So,
they had to do that though.
oh, definitely, but it's impressive no matter which way you
How many
slice it,
people are buying 3 and 4 copies?
right?
Or game stores are buying,
Probably.
200
If
copies.
game stores are not buying copies, they're fucking idiots.
Can they?
Just saying.
Like,
I'm
Yes.
sure, like
Yes.
privately owned ones.
oh yeah, I was
probably
gonna
can.
say privately owned, but I can't imagine GameStop. Like we need whatever number of copies of this.
Well, you'd be surprised because even like sometimes Best Buy does a run,
right.
and you'll go
They've
to
got
Best
a
Buy.
contract with Best Buy though.
Yeah, they
I
do.
was gonna say they've got a contract type thing with Best Buy, don't they?
Yeah.
Right, and you'll go to Best Buy and you'll see them there.
hmm With alternate covers.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, actually, I've only bought one alternate cover specifically because I bought the Real Mist on Switch, and the LRG cover was trash.
Yep, but the Best
It
Buy
was-
one was awesome.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
ordered, I spent 99 cents and packed it in with another order from LRG to get a slip of the Best Buy cover art instead for that.
And I just bought my copy from Best Buy. So
Yeah. So it's the only LRG game where I've got like multiple cover arts.
And what game was this for?
Real Mist.
Real Mist.
Ah.
So, because I'm weird and I like that shit.
That game is good though.
It is.
What an old point and click.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Like
Okay.
it's like
the
point.
original. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the bar.
It's an old game, isn't it? Like
Oh, yeah.
mid-90s?
Uh-huh.
I want to say like 90, 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, here, we have CD-ROM now. This is why you should have CD-ROM, so we can do this stuff.
And it came out.
Yeah, I remember looking at it and thinking it looks like it plays like the old Nintendo Shadowgate. Shadowgate, I think it was called.
Yeah.
But like now you can actually look around and turn in the environment. I was like, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the story's good too. The first one, the puzzles are reasonable.
Jesus, I said 98. I want to correct myself, or 97. I want to correct myself. It's 1993.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
And
early.
that's why it was so like groundbreaking,
Mhm.
Oh,
because it was that like game, like Larry said. We have a CD, and this is why we have the CD.
Right, because it was like the first game to do like photorealism.
Yep. And not only that, but like the audio.
Yeah. And then, it kind of like broke open that whole genre from there, leading to stuff like the Dig and the Neverhood and the Journeyman Project series,
Yes.
which I would say, honestly, the Journeyman Project series is probably the closest equivalency to Myst, without being Myst. personally, I liked the story in Journeyman Project better.
It's better.
And
it definitely is iterative on what you had before, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
but well, and not only that too, but once you got past Mist and got to Riven, which was the second game in the series, the puzzles became unreasonably obnoxiously hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
that was warp your brain shit.
I thought Mist was hard, but I was a young kid back in the day. And so
Mhm.
93, what was I? I was, oh my goodness, I was like 15 years old. So
8. Would have been 8.
yeah. And I think I remember getting that game, but I got it on because it came first to Mac. And I remember I got it when it came to PC. And I got it, I was like, I got it on a really good sale, I think, from Software Etc.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was like $25 or something like that. And I just picked it up. I had no idea what it was, and every one of my friends is like, "Oh my gosh, you don't know."
Right, they're all losing their mind.
Yeah, and so I got sucked into it, and I never finished it back in the day because I did not. I got stuck on a puzzle and I just left it. I'm like,
Right.
screw it. But I bought one of those guides for it,
Okay.
and then I eventually got through it with that guide. I think it was like maybe like 96 or so that I got through it. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it.
And then you found out that you could actually finish the game in about 20 minutes with that whole giant skip.
Right. And I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, that whole thing. But I mean, I think people don't understand before the internet, we just didn't have that stuff. Like, we didn't know. You had to wait till your friend got it or somebody you knew got it because you could not just beat a game. You just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And that's why we only played like 3 games a year.
Well, and of course, too, point and click logic was always insane.
Yeah. Yep. I used to love it.
Points to Thimbleweed Park for avoiding that.
When you used to have to type in stuff.
Uh-huh.
That was like King's Quest 4. I remember like, oh my goodness, you calling up the Sierra tip line. And you had to like actually type in, get bridal or whatever. It just, the exact way you had to type stuff was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little excessive.
Yep. But I'm glad we're past that time, honestly.
Right. But yeah. Anything else fun you've been playing?
No. Not yet.
Fuck have I been playing?
What are you playing right now?
Downwell, because it's mindless. Which Downwell I've been playing a lot of. I did a very dangerous thing as well this past week, and I kind of let Slay the Spire slide back into my cartridge slot on my Switch. That may have been a terrible idea, but I think so far I've got it under control still. But Downwell has been getting a lot of play in my Switch here the last week. It's real quick. I mean, a run takes like 5-10 minutes because I'm not good at it. So, which I will completely own, and I don't care because it's still fun. The whole like monochromatic thing just visually appeals to me because it's not very noisy. It's, with a couple of exceptions every now and then, it's very clean and easy to read, and so I don't have to think real hard about it, which is nice. It's just, I don't know, it's very cathartic. It clicks the right buttons, kind of a lot like SteamWorld Dig, which actually I piddled around with that a little bit this week too. The first one again, because I'm not ready to dive back into the monster. No, I'm not ready to re-dive into the monster that is Dig 2.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I've played some of Heist. It's not bad. It doesn't really scratch the itch, that genre itch for me, the way like Worms does.
Sure.
But it's not bad. And actually, it was a couple weeks ago, but I did actually finally crack open SteamWorld Quest. Hand of Gilgamesh. Yes. And it's not bad. It's not what I was...
Good?
No, it's not that it's not good either. It is good. It's just I went into that going, okay, I need to do something other than play Slay the Spire.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is a card game. I'll play this. And it didn't quite scratch the itch the same.
Right.
But I kind of went into it hoping to get something very similar to Slay. And that's an unfair expectation on my part. That has nothing to do with the quality of
right.
the game itself, which is good.
I went in this game with not the same, preconception, but I did go into that game with a preconception, and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I looked at it a little like less, but I need to get back into that game. It's a good game.
Yeah, like I said, I figure I'll put it down and put some time between it and me for a little bit, and then go back and reapproach it. So that's my thought. But what else did I? Oh yeah, I also I downloaded and I've played maybe like the first 10-15 minutes because it was on sale finally. I've been watching this thing. It's been on my wish list for like a year, but without there being a physical release on Switch, I wasn't going to pay the price they were asking digital. And I had yet to see it go on sale until this past week. And not only did it go on sale, it went on a good sale too. Alien Isolation dropped from $35 to $20 this week on Switch.
Oh, I just picked that up again for PS3 today.
Yeah?
For PS3, mind you. I picked it up brand new. At Five Below. Shout out Five Below, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Shit.
Yeah.
But I've started playing like the first 10 or 15 minutes and realized I needed to be somewhere soon. And so I'm like, I can't play this now. Damn it. Because it's fucking huge. It took like 2 hours to download.
So that game, I want to just like shout out to that game. I have it on my Xbox. And I have never seen the Alien yet.
I haven't watched any of them either.
And I mean that game. I haven't seen the actual Alien yet in that game.
Really?
And I played it for like 5 hours.
Okay.
But I think I'm totally not playing that game right, or it's glitched or something, because it's boring as fuck for me. And I don't think I've gotten to the point I need. I think I'm not doing something I'm supposed to do. So that's just a shout out for me. Weird. I like the game. I just can't get into it because I can't figure it out.
I mean, the opening was cool.
Yeah, the opening is cool, and the beginning part's cool, but you don't actually. It's like just keeps building to this presence that's never there for me.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's like I'm doing something wrong or I'm just not going fast enough because I'm that scared, and so I'm just like because. Horror games in general are not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like them. So
they're not usually mine, but there's a few every once in a while that.
But I love Alien. Right? I love that idea. I love that world. So I'm like, I'm going to play this. And so that's where I'm at with it. But
I'm going to laugh if, like, secretly when you loaded your game up originally, it totally glitched and the alien just did not spawn in your code, and so you're just getting text and dialogue saying it's gonna get us. We gotta.
I'm getting some. There. It's not even like that. I'm getting like, I'm progressing through the game, and I'm seeing like lights shut off and turn on and everything, and I'm seeing like, I progressed to a certain point. No spoilers, but I progressed to a certain point where I'm like, there's got to be the alien here, and it's not there. So I just don't know what's happening.
That's fucking.
That's how they keep suspense up in the game. They just didn't put any monsters in it.
That's
how they. That's how they
kind
get
of
you.
Brilliant, actually. I mean, Hellblade actually did something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because Mike, have you gotten to play through it yet, Michael?
I haven't even fucking started because it's one of those situations that I know once I started, I'm there. Like I have to.
Right.
It's an endeavor in and of itself. And it's just like, I don't have a whole lot of time with the amount that I'm working right now.
Right.
You know, like.
Well, for what it's worth, it's not super long.
I believe I've downloaded it already.
Yeah, you can pick it off in about 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
So it's not insanely long. It
Right.
is very, very linear, obviously, just because of the nature of the story they're telling.
Right.
But do you mind if I give you a like non-spoiler? It relates specifically to what we were just talking about.
Do it.
Okay. So at this point the game's been out for how many years? Fuck it.
I know it's my fault.
Right.
I mean, it's on PS3 for God's sakes. So
Yeah, there
Is
you
it
go.
really?
yes.
Yeah. So there's a thing that happens right towards the beginning of the game where Senua basically gets her ass kicked or hallucinates that she gets her ass kicked and like actually, game over dice kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And it starts off this sequence where this, what they call the dark rot, starts creeping up her arm. And the game tells you that if, like, every time you die, that the dark rot will keep creeping further and further up her arm. And should you die enough times that the rot actually gets to her head, that it will wipe your game save. The thing is, it's bullshit. It doesn't actually do it. They totally fictionalized it just to put pressure on.
That's
And you know what? It works.
It
Because-
does.
I'm sure it does work.
Because
Like, 'cause that's
Unless,
permadeath,
more
unless
anxiety
somebody
in my
tells
life.
you, you have no idea.
because permadeath is something we don't deal with in modern games.
Yeah.
And it gets you like right in the feels. Like when you
Yeah.
get it, like I had that gut wrenching feeling. I'm like, you know what? I am not going to do this. I'm going to be better than this game.
Yeah.
It made me perk up for sure.
Right. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I apologize that you don't get the joy of experiencing it. But by the same token, it's so related to it's like I said, it's one of those things. It's like, what if it just glitched and it, yeah, no, they kind of did that they absolutely did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Where they tell you there's a threat of something that doesn't actually exist.
And I also want to say that I think that game is easier than they make it out to feel.
Yeah.
Like the gameplay wise, it's easier.
It is.
Yeah. But it's about the experience. So
Right.
you get into that, you put headphones on. I recommend playing with headphones for sure.
Definitely agree.
Especially because you'll hear some weird ass shit that is like, okay, cool.
And I mean, the love and care they put into the audio recording for that game deserves those headphones.
Aren't they doing a sequel to it?
They
yes. In
fact,
actually, I just
trailer
saw
was already announced. Yeah.
I saw a couple days ago they posted a picture of the actress that played Senua in makeup,
Right.
and like took a picture of her, not like you know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah.
So, but
But
in any case, it was kind of cool.
I mean, good story. It would be great to get. Maybe we should see if we could reach out and get her on because I would love to talk to her. Because she was like an office person.
Yeah, she's just
that
somebody
just-
that happened to work at the company.
And
She'd
they
never
were like
done any of that before.
Exactly, and they're like, I guess the actress that they had scheduled never showed, and she's just like, I'll do it, and
Right.
she is totally Senua. I mean, she is that person.
God, she nailed it so
Yeah.
hard.
That's awesome, and it's awesome because it's like, you know what? That's what we need. We need to hear more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm. So,
I
No,
did just
she-
recently watch. There's a video documentary type thing on the making of the newest God of War game.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that
Uh,
documentary is awesome.
Yeah, it was
For
fantastic.
Sony Santa Monica, and they go
Yeah.
through like all their iteration and everything. Yeah, I think that movie or that documentary is awesome. It's on YouTube.
I had it on my watch later list for like literally 2 years now, and I finally
Yeah.
just started kind of
It's a
letting it play.
2018 or 2017 game. So
Yeah,
yeah, that game that I think anybody who has ever like wondered how they make video games needs to watch that,
yeah,
because you realize the just outright like limb they go out on to do it.
Yeah.
they pour so much of themselves that they're basically almost deflated by the time it's over. You know?
You're right. Right. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people realize too is that people who create games, they don't even know if it's good
Yeah.
because they've
Right.
been watching this
They've
for like
been so
5
immersed
years.
in it
Yeah.
for
They're
so
too
long.
close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like a suspense and like when they give it to reviewers and everything.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that suspense isn't helped by the fact that so many times the studios tie pay and bonuses to fucking Metacritic scores.
Uh-huh.
Right. That's part of
So-
the thing. That's part of it. Unfortunately.
But what are you gonna do? So, but I think that's most of what I've been playing. Like I said, I'm kind of excited when we're done here. Oh, I piddled around with Dead Cells a little bit again too. I was just kind of trying to shake off the rust because I know the new DLC update's coming soon, and I'm gonna want to sink into that because there's gonna be a bunch of new content that I'm excited for. So, I think it's like another $5 DLC, which I'm perfectly okay with.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they Motion Twin can have all the money in my wallet. So
Yeah.
they've
Has
earned
Motion-
every penny
Motion
of it.
Twin, the only thing they've done so far is Dead Cells, right?
Insofar as I know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's so a little bit of that here and there. You know, the roguelikes and roguelites are in abundance in my rotation these days, but different ones for different itches. So,
Sure.
which is okay. Oh, and I did piss around with Ghost Runner a little more and made a little more
good.
progress. I think that was maybe almost a week ago, but I did make it a little bit further. And oh my god, it is so fun.
So
The
I did
grapple mechanic is great.
I did buy that game. But I have
Ah.
not played it because I'm waiting for the next gen update, which is coming soon.
Okay.
So
Boot it up and watch the intro.
I will do that.
Like, it's a 2-minute intro cutscene. It's fucking dope. And honestly, the game really does almost 100% deliver on what you're seeing in that intro. Like,
Okay.
the visual fidelity is maybe not quite there, but in terms of, like, the play feel, you're really doing everything that you're seeing in that intro scene, and it feels that good,
Awesome.
which is impressive as hell.
And I want to give a shout out. If somebody wants to wait for the physical, you can actually buy it on PlayAsia right now.
Oh, for Ghost Runner?
Yes.
God damn it.
But it doesn't come out till 28th
Ah!
of January. 28th of
I
January.
did not know this was a thing. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's on PlayAsia. It's $35 for Switch and for PS4.
Okay.
So,
Is it an actual, like, English copy?
yes.
Really?
They have a English copy available and a non-English copy. An Asia copy and a non-Asia copy. But it's pre-order right now. It's the 28th of January, so
Question. Have either of you heard of a game called Scourgebringer?
no.
Okay. I'm staring at screenshots, and Michael, this looks like a game for me and you. Maybe you, Josh. Kind of depends on your mood, I suppose. But I pulled up PlayAsia, and it was there on the homepage. I'm like, what is this? Because I saw Scourge, and my brain immediately went Scourge Hive, and it wasn't Scourge Hive.
Yeah, that's
I
what I was
clicked it.
thinking when you first said it. But
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a port of Scourge Hive coming to the Switch, please. That'd be nice. Thank you. But no, I'm looking at it, and it looks kind of dope. Like, lots of real deep purple hues with, like, toxic slime neon green highlights kind of all over the place. And if I'm guessing right, given the mini map in the corner, my hunch is at least Microvania, if not Metroidvania. And actually, I'm staring at a screenshot with a little thing that kind of looks like a blue Metroid. Very simplified. So I may have to do some digging on that and find out more about that. But which reminds me, though, there's a limited edition for like $5 more. What's in this? Oh, it has soundtrack. Oh, that's awesome. It's got a little mini keychain cartridge case. Ah, that's dope. Okay, that's officially on my list. God damn it. But yeah. So, but Ghost Runner is hella awesome. What the fuck is that?
I'm playing a video game.
I thought it was
down, huh?
I thought something was dying somewhere, but
Right.
Oh yeah, Minotaur.
Yeah, I see Ghost Runner on here now. So, but okay. The fuck is this double coins Ghost Runner thing?
I don't know what that is. I have to look
Oh.
into that more.
Trying to navigate PlayAsia's website makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, that's the Japanese version.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, Ghost Runner's hella good though. Do yourself a favor and like wet your whistle, dude. Boot it up and play like the first half hour. You'll have a ball. So, there's no good reason not to, honestly. I've had way too much fun for a game that should be infuriating me because it's kind of, I don't remember if I explained this yet or not, but it's kind of it's part Mirror's Edge, part Katana Zero, and part Celeste.
Okay.
Or Super Meat Boy, take your pick. You could switch either of those two out and it would work. But yeah, it's got all that awesome action going on, and I love every little bit of it, even when I'm screaming at it, pissed off as I keep getting my ass kicked over and over and over again. Because like I said, it's all one-hit kills.
Sure.
Like, everything will kill you in one hit, and you can kill everything with one hit.
Now, is there a story to it, or is it just like
There is, actually, and it's not bad. So, it's very, future set, kind of cyberpunky-ish world thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. The voice acting's good. The writing's not bad by any means, actually. So, kind of like, A plus all the way around, really, here. So, I think the only thing that might keep you from really digging into it, Michael, is the fact that it's first person. But one of these days when you and I get to hang out, I will bring my Switch over and you can piss around with it and see what you think.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So that's the thing. That's what I've been playing. So let's stop for a break here real quick, and then we'll be back with the third half of the show. So break, and we're back with the third half of the show. This week we're gonna kind of deep dive. We're gonna play a game this week because the idea entertains me, and knowing the people that we're gonna be playing this game with, I am both excited and horrified at the possibilities that ensue. So we're gonna take a couple of rounds, and one person's gonna come up with they're gonna make up a title for a video game, and the other two of us are gonna explain what the fuck this game is about. So I'm gonna kick it out. You know what? I'm gonna throw it to LeGrew. Give us a title, and Michael, you and I are gonna make up the game to go with this shit show.
All right. The title is My Silly Wonky Two-Wheeled Friend.
I feel like this is going to be a physics playground unicycle gone wrong game a la Goat Simulator.
That's actually what I was like going for on that.
No.
What do you feel?
I think this needs to be something closer to rock and roll racing.
Oh,
okay. I'm here for it.
I want the overhead isometric view. Unicycles. We're gonna go with unicycles with a single training wheel for no reason whatsoever.
Yep, two wheels. So there you go.
And with, like I said earlier, Bub and Bob from Bubble Bobble in it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're the wheels.
Yeah,
like they're in their bubbles, but in the wheels.
Yes. Yeah, like hamster balls and shit like that.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I love it.
Oh God. For an extra 99 cents each, you can download a second training wheel to each each unicycle.
Full disclosure, you guys are the only two guys. Yeah. I was just going to say, you guys are the only two guys that could have said that too, and you come up with a game title. Most people just sit there or come up with a game. Most people just laugh at me.
Oh God. That's why we do this.
What was the weird tuna game that Adrian came up with a long time ago?
Oh, Tuna Cycle.
Yeah. Like, we need to get a hold of Adrian to be like, all right, we got a sequel for you.
Right. Like, we have the astounding follow-up to Tuna Cycle. Here you go. You just got to pony up for the license rights to get Bub and Bob.
Starring Bub and Bob. Yep.
No, we'll use parody laws for that. They'll be close enough, but not quite.
Fair use or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair use law. That'll get us there, right? Oh shit.
Man.
Michael, throw us a title.
My brain is mush. Give me a little bit.
All right. Title is
right.
My Brain is Mush.
Give
What
me a
game are
little
we
bit.
playing, Josh?
I think
Okay,
it's like
that makes it easy.
yeah, he said my brain is mush, give me a little bit. That's what he
Yeah.
said. So I don't know. It's I want to say it's kind of like a Metal Gear game.
No, I've actually got this one.
Okay.
What it
What is it?
is it's a puzzle style game that you have to figure out how to get the weird little creatures into the thing that locks around their neck so you can bash their skull open and eat the inner goo.
Oh, it's like a new version of Bop It or whatever that game was.
Yes.
Remember that what was that? You know what I'm saying?
Whack-a-mole.
No, I'm missing this.
You know the thing with the rubber mallet you'd have at
Yeah,
the game?
whack-a-mole.
Oh,
Whack-a-mole.
okay.
Whack-a-mole.
But as I said, like they're these little critters that just meander around. You got to figure out how to get them into the traps that hold them still, so you can just eat the brain goo.
Oh, so it's like it's like chilled monkey brains or something.
Oh,
God. See,
I say
I'm
it's an
hearing this,
RPG.
and I'm
I think it's an RPG, and like you start out really bad at it, and then you like put points in the skill tree to like be able to grab them with one hand.
Cutscene summon.
Yeah, be able to grab them with one hand, and then just like pop them.
Uh-huh. I like it.
disagree here because the full title is My Brain is Mush. Give me a little bit. Makes me think that this is going to be a free-to-play mobile game where you're stuck waiting half an hour to click a button, and then you click the button and you have to wait another half an hour to do anything again.
Or it says
And
pay
click-
$2.99 and you just get it right away.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Speaking
And all
of
that
mobile
happens
games,
is there's a picture of like a translucent skull, and the brain is slowly liquefying inside every time you push the button.
That's too good.
sounds delicious.
I think that's what that game is.
Speaking of mobile game, by the way, I finally stopped playing that one that I hated but kept playing.
Which one?
Hero Wars. I finally stopped playing.
Oh,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
amen. Congratulations on kicking the habit. We're proud of you.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations on yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
What do you
I'm
got
sorry.
for us, Larry?
What do you got, Larry?
I'm going to throw you the one that I dropped in chat because it still makes me giggle. We're going to come up with a game for Garbage Trash Pirates.
I was
I need to know
distracted
what
by
this
the. I was
game is.
distracted
It
by the
stars
cat.
Redgar from Transformers Animated, as played by Weird Al Yankovic.
Nice.
Also a racing game in his truck mode where he just dumps garbage everywhere.
It's good.
I don't know.
I don't know, say if you get lockdown in there, then you could probably use that to account for pirates.
That
He's
version
kind of a
Lockdown
pirate
is not
asshole.
my favorite.
So, but the question, I don't know. LeGrew, what do you think?
I don't know.
Tell me about Garbage Trash Pirates, the game.
It's almost like Oscar the Grouch is your king,
Yeah.
and and you're trying to become like him, but you're like a lesser known person that lives on Sesame Street in a trash can. And
This
you
boils down to all those Sesame Street memes that I love so much. Like the Elmo knows better than to like harass a man who tore off half his friend's face. There is no place for weakness on Sesame Street.
right. I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. I'm getting this vibe like that's what it is, and it's like really deep, but you just don't know it. until you actually start getting into this. And there's like cut scenes that has like Oscar in it, and like you don't really play him or anything, but you see him and you're like, you know what? I want to be like that.
Yeah, he's the garbage trash pirate king to aspire to that rules over all of them.
Right.
I actually really like the idea that there's a hierarchy, like
Uh-huh.
a demon-style hierarchy on Sesame Street, where apparently the smallest little, like the little non-characters, like the worms, can gain enough power somehow to morph into the next stage, and they're aspiring to be like Oscar the Grouch,
Right.
because
He
that's
is
an
their
archdemon on Sesame Street.
He is their king. And you shall respect that. Yep.
Oh, Jesus. I love everything about this. Oh, God. Michael, give us a game to make up.
Fuck, let me see. Tentacle Heart.
Ooh. I don't know. I really want to avoid the obvious here. I'm definitely... basically. I feel like Tentacle Heart might be the
Cthulhu.
No, I'm feeling like this is the Vaporware sequel to Wild Hearts Sonata.
Oh.
What's that?
It's a Wild Hearts Sonata is a rhythm game, maybe?
Yeah.
Kinda. It's got this real like full-blown cel-shaded neon what the fuck Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper look to it, and
perfect description. Trapper Keeper. I gotta remember that. That works.
Oh, I'm gonna send you this Sayonara Wild Hearts, and you guys are gonna blow your mind.
Oh God! But I feel like for the sequel, you're just playing as a character that is like a pulsating heart that beats to the tune or the rhythm of the songs that you're playing through, and the tentacles are used to like grab yourself from one track to the next.
I'm kind of thinking, instead of going that route, it's a dating simulator where you play
boy.
as an anthropomorphic tentacle. Like,
oh boy.
Yeah.
That's like my
developed
real life.
by the fine folks that brought us Later Daters.
Yes.
Because I trust only them to come up with the correct theme song for this game now. That has to be it. What do you think, Liguru? What do we got?
Yeah, I think that's I'm not really into that, but that's as far as I'm willing to I'm willing to go with that.
We've officially reached the point where Liguru's like, I'm not comfortable here.
No, I'm just like, I don't understand.
He's sitting there looking around, I need an adult.
Yeah. Show me where this has wronged you, because that's pretty much everywhere.
Show me on the doll where the tentacles touch you.
All of me. Anyway.
Oh hell, Liguru.
I got another one.
Title and let us make up another game.
So this is gonna. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you the premise right now for it, because I think I want to push you guys in that direction. It's kind of almost in like that Cthulhu spirit of like, Cthulhu Saves Christmas kind of spirit.
Okay.
I want to like. I'm gonna call it the Rogue Tentacle We Hardly Knew Ye.
Oh God.
And so it's like, here's what I envision it being like. Something you had no idea that Cthulhu was about. And that's what you're dealing with. Like maybe he feels really bad for killing people or being the destroyer of worlds or whatever. And you have to deal with that. It's like a simulator where you're dealing with his problems and you're trying to like figure out why he's doing that. He's trying to figure out why he's doing it. It's almost like he's going to a therapist. He sits down, talks to the therapist.
I was just going to say, that's where my brain was going, but I took it a step further. I have the whole game now, and you are not ready for this.
Okay.
So give me that title again, and I'm totally giving it to you.
I want to say The Tentacle We Hardly Knew Ye.
Yeah. So this game is told as a flashback, and you're getting it in like cutscenes or like each chapter of the game is a week over week. You're interacting with the one-on-one therapy sessions of Cthulhu and his therapist. Except the thing is this game ends in tragedy, and the therapist couldn't actually help Cthulhu, and he
Right.
ends up offing himself over a bridge.
I like that. Yeah.
It's basically Cthulhu meets 13 Reasons Why.
Maybe it's like his flashback as he's falling down.
There you go. I'm okay with this.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? What do you think, Michael?
I agree. Like this is perfect.
I got 2 winners here. I mean, come on. Why are we not making these games?
Oh, God. All right. I'm going to throw you the last one, and then we'll put a pin in this shit for the week. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to go off the beaten path here because this is something, I suspect this will be something, a genre that we don't normally delve into among our crew here. But I'm ready to hear about the Waffle Olympics.
Does it have to do with the Waffle House?
It could.
You know what I envision it as is like using the Wii Fit ring thing,
It's fun.
that Ring Fit Adventure thing,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a new game to go with that accessory from Nintendo.
I just get this mental image of someone doing like a shot put type thing, but with a waffle. And then the goal is to get it to land as close to the center of the plate as possible. And then it's like whoever finally gets it, then the syrup dumps.
That's fair, I guess.
Okay with
The
it.
Diabetes Olympics. Let's do this.
Larry, what did you think?
I'm okay with it. I'm honestly the only other thing that was going through my head was it's a full-blown sports game of the Olympics, like a la Mario and Sonic at the Olympics kind of thing.
Can
Except
we go with, like, instead of that, like the old Power Pad games.
yeah, there you go.
That's what I was thinking of when I said use the modern
Yeah,
Wii
the
Fit,
Ring Fit thing.
the Ring Fit thing, because I'm like, it's got to have some kind of accessory that's not going to be used with any other game that I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to have to like put an absorbent amount of money into it just to get it to work, and it's going to be shit anyway.
It comes with a DDR pad.
Yeah.
But on top of that, though, this also brings in elements from that game I Am Toast, where you're actually playing these sports as a waffle and you're just flopping around.
And you got 2 little legs, and you just kind of like,
Yeah,
and you flop
you're a
around.
Fluffy waffle.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I feel like that's what that is, but I mean, I'm open to these other options here. I'm more than okay with those. Though, on the subject of Waffle House, this could also be like a game developed specifically for the Waffle House staff training
oh yeah,
period, where it's having to do all the things that a Waffle House line cook has to do, and trying to get the gold medal to be the best at it, so that they can keep their fucking job.
So it's got to do that, or you got to drink a ton of beer so you pass out, because that's what the Waffle House cook is fighting all the time. So
alcoholism.
Yeah. So if you're like drink too much, you pass out, and then you just don't know, and you win the game. Or you get to play too much. You have to actually be serious about it and just play.
I am going to be pissed off if the game isn't frustrating enough that the new potential employees who are playing it don't walk away crying from it at least once.
I want this to be like overcooked and use the Wii Fit, like the Wii HD Rumble. So
yes.
you can tell like there's like 3 waffles on your spatula.
Use that, by the way.
Yeah.
That is grossly underappreciated and underutilized. Just saying.
Well, and I think like just throw it back. I think PS4 with their new DualSense is going to use a lot more haptic stuff now.
Right.
And did you guys? Oh, you guys didn't get that. So I got a survey from Microsoft about that, and they said like, what do you like? Are you aware of the new features? It didn't say on the PlayStation, but it said, are you aware of the new features of like
next gen controllers?
Yeah, next gen controller. Yeah. Like next gen operating systems. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, what do you like most about it?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So hopefully the Xbox does something. Hi, Zoe.
Oh, Waffle Olympics, by the way, comes with a proprietary controller in the bundle. That the controller actually has like
Squirt
little holes
syrup
in it.
at you.
Yeah, it just seeps out syrup out of the grips on your hands.
Oh yeah, and it's sticky. Oh, and I'm
Comes
like
with a
for
free
one,
ant
that would be a
farm,
game.
too.
That's a game breaker for me because I hate sticky hands. So I'd be done. I'd be done.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what that is, but that's just me. So, but you know, we have options here. So, I think this is a perfectly good place to wrap this nonsense up for this week. This has been hella entertaining to at least me. So, and that's all that really matters, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
It is, Larry. It's all about you. No,
that's right.
No. It is your show. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's go home for the week, and we'll reconvene again in the nearish future. So everybody say goodnight, Gracie,
Good night.
and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.